Welcome back to the channel. I feel like I was just here because honestly, y'all probably don't know, but last video, same day. All I've done is change my shirt. It's because things are dropping fast. We've got a lot to go over. So let's get ready. Take notes. We got stuff to talk about. All right, so obviously I'm talking about eggs are dropping, clutches are happening. I came home from work, got cleaned up, and decided I would check on some of the other animals. And I was like, I'm pretty sure the other couple pop-win clutches are due sooner, or not too far off anyway. And I was like, I'll check on Edetoise. That's the het axanthic pairing. And before I even get her enclosure halfway open, I see eggs. I was like, oh boy, so we're late. It seems like everybody decided to lay a little early this year. Anyway, she only gave me 7 eggs. I'll put up a photo here. And obviously, it's a smaller clutch than she's given me before. Her last season, she gave me, well, quite a few were infertile, but 11. And so it's smaller, and I wonder if that's just because this is her 3rd season in a row, or she's not a great breeder, but I'm not filming this because I already did it. It's already done. I didn't have my camera going for any of that. So I'm just kind of telling you what the play-by-play was. She was not happy. She was real upset. She was striking at me. She kicked a few eggs before I even got in there that she didn't want. She was only coiled around 5. So we got 7 eggs. It looks like they'd been there for a day. So she looked like she just got rid of her egg clutch early. She just wanted nothing to do with it. So I don't even know if all 7 of them will go the distance. We'll see. If not, it is what it is. This is probably going to be her last breeding season. I strongly suspect that she is not a het axanthic. When I got these animals, the nomenclature was that the trait was a recessive, and now it's an incomplete dominant. So if the parents were labeled potentially as such for the recessive, but maybe it wasn't correct for the reality of it being incomplete dominant, then maybe this female isn't a het, as I suspect. My male is very silvery on the side, and I aim to do some test breeding with him down the line to a visual axanthic female when she's ready, but that's neither here nor there. This is probably going to be her last breeding with me. What the future holds for her, we will see. If anybody wants her as a pet or something like that, we'll get there, but obviously we need to get her on food and healthy and cleaned up and all that good stuff first. So first things first, make sure she's right as rain. But yeah, that was kind of a fun surprise. Now, as I'm telling you that, I decided, I should also check on the other gal, new girl, the one who got egg bound 2 years ago after laying 4 or 5 eggs, and then I was able to palpate out the rest and gave her 2 years off, and here we are. So curious to see how she's going, so I decided to check on her, and first thing I see is 2 little slugs sticking out, and I lift up the hide, and she's actually still pretzeled, doesn't have eggs out. And to me, that means she's probably a day or 2 out. She might even lay tonight. Oftentimes, gravid females, if like at the end of their line of eggs, there's some slugs, they seem to be able to pop those out and get them out of the way instead of wasting time holding on to them. So she is not done yet. I suspect I'll wake up to a clutch in the morning. And yeah, if that's the case, I'll be picking up the camera then. But I want to show you guys kind of what we're looking at here. And we're going to just kind of be in this pause and waiting game for her right now. So we'll see. We'll see if she's gonna drop those babies in the morning or if she's gonna hold on to them a little bit longer. Either way, hopefully I'll have the time when she does to bring you along and film it, and we'll talk about it. But that means clutch number 3 is in the incubator already, and we're waiting on number 4. So with any luck, I'll be picking this camera up, and the next thing we'll be doing is grabbing the 4th clutch of the year. All right, it's been a few days, and not going well. Technically, we are still plenty early. She had her pre-lay shed on the 7th. I'm filming this on the 30th. That's only 23 days post-ovulatory shed. Generally, I don't expect eggs until around day 30 on average, although some females can go early. So we're just going to let her rest and let it ride. But I'm going to put up a clip right here and you can kind of see where we're at. We've got some slugs out. She's still very, very swollen in the back, very restless. I've removed her hide so she doesn't have anything pressing unnaturally in weird spots. I've just given her as much space as possible in this bin. And yeah, just 4 slugs and she's kind of restless and a little twitchy. She's not too happy with me, so I'm just checking on her and leaving her be and giving her her space. But it's starting to look like a repeat of what happened 2 years ago. We got a few slugs, a few came out, and then she stopped. That's what happened. Not really sure why. Maybe she has a deformed oviduct. Maybe the last clutch there was something wrong and the damage from that made this an issue, or maybe it was always meant to be. Either way, my 2 priorities are getting all these eggs, fertile or not, out of her and keeping her healthy because she's done. We're going to retire her. No more breeding for this beautiful girl. New girl. Hopefully we're just going to get her through this and she can rest, convalesce, and yeah, retire as a pet only. Now I do have some wonderful patrons that I think I will be able to sort of poll and see if anybody would be interested in taking her on down the line. Obviously, no rush. My priority is making sure she's healthy. So that's game plan. And I'll bring you guys with me for any more updates on her. Hopefully as the week goes on, we'll get more insight into what's going on. Maybe she'll push out those eggs. We'll see. So other than that, Stardust, one of my striped jungle gals who produced one of those possible ocelot jungle clutches last season, just gave us a pre-lay shed. As you can see here, she's hanging out on the cool end. She's ready to rock. So hopefully 4 weeks from now, we'll get a jungle clutch on the ground. Also waiting for this beautiful citrus tiger head albino gal to drop her clutch in the next 2 weeks. And we should have one more Papuan python or Papuan carpet python clutch coming from Autumn right here, who's really restless, climbing all over the place, just trying to get out. She's pretty done being pregnant, I think. So, but yeah, hopefully a few more clutches to go. Brettles are still locking up and breeding. I put my male Apodora back in with the captive born and bred female who's still refusing food. They're cuddling up. They're doing things really well. So we're just going to keep plugging away and seeing what we can figure out and see what we can make happen. So, but that's kind of what's going on here. We've got about 40 eggs in the incubator right now between 3 clutches. Obviously, we're having a problem with number 4, but that's how it goes. So stay tuned to get all the updates on what happens with New Girl and how she goes with passing those eggs. We'll obviously keep you appraised of any other eggs that lay or any updates in the breeding stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of how it's going around here. We had a couple good days with some good clutches and hit a little speed bump, but that's how it goes, right? So you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep going. If you love what you're doing, you're never working a day in your life. You're just doing it. So hope everybody's snakes are doing well in their own breeding season. Hope everybody's healthy. And yeah, that's about it for me out here. Gonna keep cleaning, get all these waters changed, figure out some feeding for tomorrow. But go give my sponsors some love. Reptile Husbandry Designs. Use code RR10 at checkout to get you 10% off some amazing 3D printed snake and reptile husbandry and enrichment accessories. If you're doing any shipping this year, please ship with Reptiles Express. They're the best. They've got all the supplies you need. And if you use code Riley50, you can get 50% off the standard FedEx rates for up to 10 labels per customer. Pretty good deal. Save you some money. With the money you're going to save, you can go get yourself a USARK and USARK Florida membership. If you're not a member already, please go sign up and consider supporting them. They're the only group of people working to lobby against any unjust reptile legislation being proposed out there. So they support us. The least we can do is support them. And speaking of support, if you like what we got going on here, check me out on patreon.com. Just Riley Jimison there on Patreon. Got a lot of cool stuff going on. Cool Discord. Patrons get early access to babies and merch, inside scoop, discounts on merch, all sorts of good stuff. So if that sounds interesting, come on, hang out, sign up, and I'll see you there. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, And yeah, wish New Girl some luck. Hopefully we can get through this easy. So, alrighty. See you on the next one.